Welcome back to Get With The Programming. I'm Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
And I'm on the wrong side. All kinds of disasters. So, and along with me is Bill Grundler.
Wolverine.
All right, finally. So my screen wouldn't share my QuickTime, so I had to upload the video to YouTube really quick. So we're here to laugh at my 25.1. And I feel like me and Bill can be in the corner and I won't get in the way. Yeah.
There we go.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play this start to finish, 15 minutes of commentary over my 25.1. You'll see some of my nervousness about the lunges. Bill, you'll get to see what my legs felt like. You'll be able to see what it felt like.
Gotcha.
I'm just going to let everybody know on the burpees, you're going to think they're all very sus, and you are correct. They are going to look very suspect on my jumping over because those don't feel good either. But I have still frames to show everybody that both feet were off the ground the whole time. It just looks like it's not. All right, let's just get this going. I won't play any volume because I don't know if we'll get dinged. Maybe a little bit. Like my warm up.
I like that. One leg up.
Just a
Sweet.
couple. Just to.
I mean, come on, man. The first 3 rounds of this is your warm up.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah. My face was saying everything that it needed to be.
Dude, this right here, this piece right here is the worst part of the entire workout.
Just the 10-second
You
countdown.
just say go already so we can like get into it and start.
Yeah. No rep, not yet. I have my back facing. Turn around. So I did this like side hop, right? And both feet are off the ground at the same time by 2 inches.
So, you know what? Like, I honestly don't care. Like, I
know, but I'm just like, I realize what they
get
look
it.
like.
No, I get it. But like, and that's the thing that like a lot of people are.
Oh, there it is.
dang,
Did you see
okay,
that?
There's the warm up.
Look at that
Holy
one.
shit.
That's what my knees feel like.
Okay.
And so I couldn't over lunge. Yeah, just to let y'all see this.
God dang, dude. Ow.
Yeah. So I haven't lunged in like 2 years because of that. I had to do an extra lunge it was just, dude, my
What if your legs were closer together? Like you were really reaching out there. Would that put less torque on that back knee?
So it's my right knee that's the worst. So when I lunge out my left, that hurts it the most.
Yeah.
So if you see in the next round is that I'll do a shorter lunge with my left foot to keep the knee closer.
Got it.
Right? And then my right one. But then you'll see later is that they'll start to feel good, and then I'll really extend my lunges so I could get 4 feet or 4 steps. But my left hip flexor is so messed up right now. So watch. See how I went short with the left, long with the right, short with the left. So I'm taking 5 steps right now, which is just, it's so much wasted time. But you can you see my legs shaking?
Yeah. I mean, your whole body is kind of wobbling as you go down.
Like this is the pain that is in my knees.
That's the trying to get warmed up into whatever. Like my knee will do the same thing. The one that I had the ACL on, it like I always feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And like if I'm doing pistols or lunges or anything like that, it'll be the same thing. I'll feel it for the first bit till it warms up, and then I'm like, oh, okay, cool, it's all right now. But it does take a little while to wake it up.
And so it was just here. And then I think we're in the round of 9, but like if you guys remember the 24.1 video where I just thought that I could gut it out and I started as if I was 35.
Right.
And the fittest I'd ever been is that I really pulled it back early.
Yeah.
On the burpee pace. And honestly, you'll see in the round of 24, it didn't help. Like I still went slow. I still took breaks. And okay, the knee question. I don't know what's wrong with my right knee. I have a lot of pain on the top of my kneecap, and sometimes I have pain inside my knee. And lunges are the most painful thing that I do more than squatting. But when I started to really, really over lunge here, I could almost get past that. Mark, squatting hurts too. Yeah. But it only hurts in the power position. So the crappy part about my knee right now is that, I'll just power everything. or I'll just deadlift more, or I'll do cleans and I won't receive.
Oh. You did a little jump. You reverted to the normal one right there.
Yeah,
like, what am I doing? What am I doing here?
I was like, wait, brain's not working. I think we're in the round of 12 now. But the crappy part there is that it hurts in the power position. So right above 90 and right below 90 was where it hurts the most. Sitting in the bottom of the squats is easy. Like no pain, no problems. The crappy part is that that power position is where I set up for every Olympic lift I do, or every deadlift, or where I receive a jerk or a power position. So not only can I not squat, I can't receive in a power position. I can't even come off the floor in a good power position. Like it's affected everything.
Yeah.
I will say is I'm proud of my dumbbell work on my left arm.
Dude,
It's much better than it was last year.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, these look
The range
great.
of motion feels good now. So
Your power even looks good on that.
yeah,
That push press.
yes.
Which I think honestly, if people if they had the strength to do it, and the push press was way faster than people trying to jerk it. And I know it's clean and jerk, but like if you could just pump it up there the one time and let that momentum just kind of carry the weight up instead of trying to dip under it,
Yeah.
it saves your legs so much.
George, this is not from CrossFit. This is from something I have going on.
CrossFit is healthy. What are you talking about?
Capitalize the F if you're going to talk shit. Do it the right way. This is not from CrossFit. This is something that I have going on in my body that I didn't do from a pistol or a back squat or anything. This actually came on board when I wasn't doing any squatting. So there's something going on in my body that has nothing to do with CrossFit.
80% of runners are injured from running.
George from the porch. That's also a good name because you know who you are and what you do. So.
Okay, so here's my question about the burpees, and this is where you know that I'm always looking at the rules because that defines the race that I'm doing, right? So it's not about finding loopholes. It's just like it's trying to understand what confines can I work in to find the most efficient route of what I'm trying to get.
Right.
We have a lot of movements that aren't put into competition, like the kettlebell swing, because what are we trying to test when we do that? Do we need to make sure is the test about the bell being right over the handle being right over the wrist, or can it be forward? Or with the burpees, it's the same kind of thing. We went from it has to be a 2-foot takeoff to a 2-foot landing to now it's the weird hop thing, but it can't be a step.
Yep.
To where I almost think that if we were just to say your feet have to go over the dumbbell, it doesn't even matter whether it's a hop or a step. Like if you want to go faster, you'll jump. If you're trying to conserve energy, you'll step. But the race is the race. You have to do a burpee on one side and then get to the other side. Your hands just can't be on the ground. Like, you think that would be a better standard for something like this? So that now no one's even worried about the stepping, but both my feet are in the air, but now they're not. But I'm jumping.
The way it used to be. Is jump off 2 feet and land on 2 feet.
Do we start looking at that? Like we're starting to, are we rating the race at that point, or are we rating the skill at that point? That's what I'm trying to figure out about something like this.
So one thing so to your point, right, where graying certain standards is actually going to help just get rid of BS.
Right.
Is the dumbbell hang clean and jerk that they programmed this year. So when they first had it, what was it, 2018? Was when this first came out? Yeah. So it had to be like you had to stand up all the way with the dumbbell to establish the hang. And then when you went to your clean and jerk, you had to touch your shoulder.
Right.
And then go overhead, right? And everybody messed that up. Whether they kind of missed the shoulder on the way up or they forgot to extend all the way in the hang, right? There was so much more problems. Now, they said you can take it from the floor and go to the rack position and overhead. You don't even have to make contact. You just have to pass through that shoulder position. And that got rid of all of this.
Right. Which I think is, and that's what I think that's important as we progress for programming in especially in the competitive realm. It's trying to figure out, one, it makes it easier on the athlete, it makes it easier on the judging, because what are we picking as the race? Is the race the execution of, or is it are we doing X amount of work better? It's kind of like if we were trying to judge if I'm going to say pull-ups.
Yeah.
well, okay, then I can do a regular pull-up, I can do a kipping pull-up, I can do a butterfly pull-up, and who cares what I choose to do?
Yeah.
Just let, like, that's kind of like that whole thing, like, let me race. What am I trying to check? I'm trying to check your work capacity. So what do I want? I want your feet. I want you to touch the ground on the burpee with your legs and your chest on the ground. And then you have to get over the dumbbell. Your feet have to go across the dumbbell with your hands off the ground.
Yes. Dill, would you like to tell George how retarded he's being right now?
No, I fucked up my knee during a race.
During a competition that is a sport, George.
It's weird. I broke my jaw when I was wrestling too.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I hurt my knee when I was running and training for a marathon.
Yeah.
Like
we don't give a shit about your 12 years of physical therapy. There's shitty CrossFit trainers too.
There's shitty doctors. There's shitty mechanics. Like CrossFit, anyone that gets hurt in CrossFit, it's not CrossFit. It's the person and how they're moving or how they're taught to move.
Yep.
That's the downside. That's the downside of anything. I mean, look at all there was a person, I just saw something, there was a lady that does bodybuilding and she was coaching and she was at the Arnold and she died. Coaching.
Oh, yeah.
Well, bodybuilding must be dangerous.
Yeah.
It'll hurt you. So no one should do that. No one should do anything. I can't even I got hit when I was in junior high riding my bike across a crosswalk. I guess you can't ride your bike anymore because it's dangerous.
Yep. George is the physical therapist I fired after shoulder surgery where I separated my shoulder playing basketball, not doing CrossFit, and they said I should never do push-ups again. You're probably the guy that I fired when I had that shoulder surgery. So thank you for being here and showing us.
I'm glad you're here, though. Hey, well, George, did you do it?
Yeah.
Did you do the Open? And if you didn't, how did you find out about this website that we're on?
Yeah.
Or this podcast we're on?
You calm down, George.
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
We're
just educating you and making sure our listeners know how lost and confused you are. All right, this is.
I want to know what George's score was.
21. Barkley. I sprain my ankles walking from time to time.
Don't do it, dude. Walking is dangerous. Don't do it.
George wishes he was Sporty Beth.
Sporty Beth does hydro. What are you talking about? She does stuff.
So this round of 21. So part of me, this is where I started to get a little like discouraged because I was really hoping for a good shot at 21 or sorry, 27. Right. And then I was like, man, I've got 4 minutes left. I'm barely going to get through the 24. I know it. So you'll see me start to do pouty burpees. Yeah, this is the 21. I just stuck with 3s on each side.
I think that was the best call. Yeah. I think that was a great call for most people. I know I jumped to 6s when I got up just because I didn't want to switch anymore.
Yep, pouty lunges.
Pouty lunges. Oh man.
Yeah. So the last 24 burpees, you'll get to see like we talked about the voices in my head.
Yeah.
The voices won.
Those damn voices.
I know,
dude,
man.
They get so loud. Like I can't wait with our technology that at some point we're going to actually be able to get where you can hear what those voices say and you can record that. Because I think it would be really like educational for people to hear what they actually are telling themselves, so that they know who to tell to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you look at the clock when you're doing these?
At the end here, or during the workout?
Just whenever.
Yes, I didn't look at the clock until after the round of 15.
I try very hard not to look at the clock. Not because I'm trying to race, but I know, like I know with myself that a lot of times has changed what I'm doing. And the thing is that if I could really go faster, I would be going faster.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason that I'm not going faster.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm just like, okay, just put your head down and just do the work. But I think you really have to know. You got to know what your body's saying at that point. Oh.
Did I take a break yet?
Yeah. You went knees to elbow right there. Dang.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. This is where I started.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about this event is that there's really no reason to stop moving.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Too. I forgot about this.
Oh, dang, dude. Chalk.
Yeah.
It's totally necessary too.
Yeah.
Super necessary.
So in this is where I was like, I let the win. I wanted to put this down the whole time. The whole time. Yeah. Like after these 6, I was like, maybe I'll take a break here. And so when it came to words, hey, Tyler.
Oh, dang.
Of course, invited come in the last
50 seconds.
You son of a bitch.
So what you guys want to watch here is how he doesn't finish these lunges. This is key.
This literally, like this whole time I wanted to put the dumbbell down.
I did too.
I was like, there's no way. But then I was like, you were such a bitch on those last 24 burpees. You better hang on to this dumbbell to save any type of like credit for your
madness
self to get through these. And so I was like, all right, maybe I'll get one lunge because I can't see this clock. There's a clock behind it that's a second off. And so this is even more pouty. And then I look at the clock, I'm like, oh, maybe I can make it. Maybe I can make it. I'll go back 1, 2, and then I was like, I didn't stand up. I didn't hit my knee on the last one. You can watch my hands. I go, that didn't count. Watch that little hand wave. That's all I had for my own personal no rep.
So I was literally half a second ahead, not even.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man, dude, that was fun. That was so good, though.
Yeah.
It just put everyone, that event just put everyone right in the hurt locker. And as much as we were talking, I don't want to say I was talking shit about, I'm just concerned about, I'm worried about that, the programming. What I do like is that it just made everyone go to that place where they were talking to those voices in their head. And it was easy enough that you really had no option but to talk to those voices in your head.
Yeah.
At all.
And the voices won in the route because after 18, I was like, okay, now the workout starts, right? I'm like, I've got 5 minutes left, 21. I did the 21 and I came back and I was like, okay, well, all right, that didn't work. The self-motivation didn't help. And I got I was like, okay, get to 10 burpees of the 24 and then you only got 14 left. And I got to the 10 and instead of being like, you only got 14 left, I was like, God damn it, I have 14 more.
Yeah.
So that was it. And then I did internal talk.
And here's the thing, like, I didn't know how many you got, Tyler, but in the middle of the workout, I was like, did Tyler get to 27? Or did he get to 24? And then I was like, I remember and I'm in like doing burpees, so probably why some of my burpees sucked. And it was like, no, I got Bill got 262. Yeah, Bill got 262.
Nice, Bill.
But I was like, oh, maybe I'm close. I was like, but don't get beat by John.
That was the only thing playing in my head was we purposely did not tell each other, or I don't know if we did it on purpose, but we did not tell each other where we got. And I was like, it was like a ghost was chasing me the whole time. Yeah. I will say though, during the 24 burpees, I was like, you have to keep going. But then I was like, I don't want to make it to the dumbbell.
You're slowing yourself down so that you don't have to do the work, but you still want the good score out of it at the same time.
It was such an internal strife because I was like, don't slow down. I don't want to go any farther. Don't slow down. Like I was being torn apart.
Yeah.
I will say on the last set of clean and jerks, I think it was the first dumbbell clean and jerk, I like strict pressed it. Cause I was like I went straight cerebral palsy phase. I was like,
I definitely did that on a couple of burpees.
Yeah.
I would say most of them were all there, but some of them, you still frame it. That spins very good at in a Hiller. Yeah. They're not all winners. But I did still frame I was like, I had to go through I try to look through most of them. I was like, man, that is about as close as it gets. For
whatever.
That was it. That was all I had. And oh man, I don't want to say it's like, man, if I had remembered what Tyler's time was or his score was, it's like I probably would have not been as a bitch at the end as I was. But that goes to show you is like how important it is to do it around, either do it with friends, whether it's in person or like the, you know, we're immediately sharing our scores, which I think is the coolest part because there's no ego when it comes to that. But if you have the opportunity to go to a Friday Night Lights, like that's the coolest part because everybody knows is like in that environment, you'll always do better. Or you go out like John Young did when he was by himself and just set the world record for the first 3 reps.
If you don't win in the first minute, you're not going to win. So
I tell everyone I give all my strategies to when we do open the Friday Night Lights. And I tell everyone here's ways to think about it, some things to think about, and then I'll always throw that one in there. But when in doubt, just win the first 3 rounds, and you can just coast the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's that was good. But I'm excited to see what next week is. Tyler, thanks for coming on and just letting us know what your score was. That was beautiful.
I won't even tell you my score, just that I beat you, and that's enough for me.
Yeah, Tyler, he actually submitted a score as Chase Ingram +1. Score submission was. But thank you guys for watching along with us. We'll do this again for 25.2. And I appreciate all you guys joining us. Even you, George. Even you, George, from the porch. We need that banter.
We need all types.
Yeah, we need all types. And we accept your opinions and commentary. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back. Inside the Leaderboard is back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Where we're going to unveil Barkley's new leaderboard website, which is awesome.
So much easier.
So much easier. We're going to unveil who's in, who's out of the top 1,200 now, I guess, because 1,200 is the minimum they're going to take to in-person semifinals. Then we'll talk about Community Cup levels. It's like, hey, I'm 15,000th in the dudes. Well, if you want to make pro, you need to be in the top 8. Right? We're gonna tell you where those levels are for all the Community Cup levels, and then hopefully we get a hint between now and the show tomorrow, and we'll go through that and we'll do our 25.2 prediction. So thank all you guys for joining us. Appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Later.